After 8 years of marriage, this woman decided to leave her home and abandon her 7-year-old son. Jack couldn't fathom her actions, and as she left, all he could do was watch the elevator slowly descend. Jack did nothing because he believed it didn't matter. He thought that once Annie calmed down and came to her senses, she would return and apologize to him. Sure enough, the doorbell rang in the middle of the night. Jack glanced at his watch, muttering complaints about his wife under his breath. However, when he opened the door, he discovered that it was their neighbor who had come knocking. The neighbor had come to inquire about Annie's well-being, having already known about her decision to leave. At this point, Jack could no longer contain his anger. Convinced that his wife would never leave him, he shifted all the blame onto others, accusing the neighbor of persuading Annie to leave. Despite the neighbor repeatedly telling him that Annie had been very unhappy in this home, Jack still failed to realize that his wife's departure was not a momentary impulse, but a long-suppressed eruption. In the morning, Billy asked where his mother had gone. Faced with his son's question, Jack froze, unsure of how to explain the situation to his child. Since their marriage, Annie had been a full-time housewife, single-handedly managing all household affairs, large and small. As a result, Jack didn't even know where the frying pan was kept. After rummaging around for a while, he finally found the pan and ingredients. But while cracking the eggs, he accidentally dropped some eggshells into the bowl. As he turned to tend to other tasks, the toast in the pan burnt to a crisp. Billy quickly alerted him, but in his haste, Jack accidentally burned himself. In the end, breakfast had to be hastily concluded. On the first day after Annie left, both Jack and Billy were late. Jack didn't know which class his son was in, and as time grew increasingly pressing, he hastily handed his son over to a random teacher before rushing off to the office. His boss told him to send Billy to stay with relatives, and Jack insisted that he could manage. However, he quickly realized that he had overestimated his own abilities. This movie is called Kramer vs. Kramer. Due to copyright issues, this is all I can share with you. If you're interested, you can watch the original film for more.